we're actually focusing in the enterprise mobility, particularly on the safeguard solution in mobile era. We are talking about the mobility transactions in all of our global clients, ranging from the B2B segment and also the B2B2C segments itself. So basically, what actually mobility transformation we are trying to speak about it is we believe that transformation in the mobility is fueled by several key technology-driven disruptive trends, which is including the software as a service and also the data aggregation and analytics. So this kind of a technology itself is basically having disrupt the entire ecosystem by pushing the data-driven and the big data into actionable delivery. And whenever today's step, we are going to speak about how this mobility transformation actually will come in, especially during this pandemic time. I'll be going actually to come in with two guests here. We are honored that we are able to invite them to be part of here with us today. So first of most, we will have Mr. Jonathan here. Jonathan, Mr. Jonathan is the founder and the CEO of the Supplycut. Supplycut basically is a solution provider for the spending management with integration capabilities on the B2B solutions. And Supplycut is always carry a mission to giving the impact for the way of business to embrace the digital transformation. So not to wait longer here, let me introduce Jonathan to come in here with us. Here you go, Jonathan.
Hi, Jen. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Jonathan here from Supplycut.
Yeah, perhaps, Jonathan, you can give a little bit background or introduction about yourself?
Sure. So Supplycut is a Malaysian tech company. We've been around for about since 2017. We've created a proprietary e-procurement platform. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Supplycut is my third venture, and I've been in the B2B space doing consulting, in sales and marketing for the past 10 years. I'm also a Lean Six Sigma green belt holder in terms of helping organizations improve efficiency from automation, operations, and so forth. And I think it's a great opportunity to be able to share a bit about what we do, as well as how Supplycut is impacting digital transformation for all businesses throughout Malaysia and in the region as well.
Okay, yeah. All right, thanks for John on the introductions. Secondly, we would like to introduce our principal partner from 42 Gears, Mr. Ayush, to come in together with us today and to speak about how the 42 Gears can lead our customers and the partner on the mobility transformation journey by understanding the mobile device landscape and addressing the challenges faced by them and also their customers. So here it goes. I would like to introduce Ayush to come into our room today.
Thank you, Zen, for the opportunity to participate in the webinar. Hello, everyone. I'm Ayush, and I work as a senior product specialist at 42 Gears, and I have been working in the mobility industry for 3+ years now. So as we all agree in today's world, most business or enterprises heavily depend on computing devices or business endpoints for day-to-day business operations. Hence, managing these business endpoints becomes extremely important for companies to stay on top of their business. 42 Gears started in 2009, and until today, we are being at the forefront of innovative enterprise mobility solutions. Along the way, we have pioneered remote solutions for enterprise mobility and gained a good hold on our unified endpoint management technology. As the global workforce changes constantly, so our mobility solutions are designed to scale and extend along with the business. We at 42 Gears are pioneers in managing these endpoints and devices and helping companies across verticals in their digital transformation journey using our feature-rich flagship product called SureMDM. We offer both on-premise and SaaS-based mobility solutions. Our unified endpoint solution called SureMDM provides the fundamental visibility and IT controls needed to secure, manage, and monitor endpoints remotely, which include mobile devices, laptops, desktops, point of sales devices, rugged devices, VR headsets, wearables, and also IoT, uh, or as we call things connector, such as printers, etc. So you can just name OS, and our company will be able to manage those devices. So any device that accesses business data, we will be able to manage it remotely from our SureMDM console.
Okay, thanks, Ayush, for that. Yeah. So not to wait longer, I would like to bring out the first questions. I think have been in everyone's mind here. So since starting of the COVID crisis, which actually giving a shock to everyone in the worldwide, where all the organization and individuals have no choice but to work from home. This actually leads to a lot of questions and also the doubts, especially from the organizations in coming to how to boost the employees' productivity and efficiency during the pandemic time. So see, in this part itself, I would like to actually particularly to listen from perhaps from John first, especially from our Malaysia right now, well, where we are still in CMCO period, how you actually manage the entire team that and still can ensure the productivity to there to carry on the business.
All right. Thanks, Jen, for that. Yeah, I think being a tech company during the MCO period was really a learning curve for us. And in terms of working from home, how do we then transfer what we're doing at the office all the way to work remotely? So I think what shifted up our culture was start using very collaborative tools in organization. And what that meant was, across the different divisions from tech, operation, sales, and even with our clients, we were already using collaborative tools. So when MCO happened, and now even the second round of CMCO, I think it was something really different for us to go through. I have to admit, it's not as easy as it sounds. It's really challenging at times to be able to sort of remotely work together as a team, and we have about 30 people managing it. And on top of that, we have a couple of 100 clients to deal with as well, from an onboarding, even suppliers. So I think the utilization of how we moved towards this, I think, is constant, being able to have open communications, being able to, we run sort of agile scrums as well, where on a daily basis we run daily stand-ups, and we become very task and performance driven to deliver those sprints and complete those sprints. So I think that is something that that helped us during through this time. I guess the other tools that we needed, thank God for being able to have internet connection and being able to communicate. So I think we have moved to different types of tools now with our clients. Previously a lot of people, we were using calls, we were using face-to-face, but now we had to move to more digital means, whether it's via Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and so forth. Using more on the mobile devices as well to communicate, checking our emails and stuff like that, preparing our proposals and stuff. So I think that is the shift that we have to go through during this time. I think as with many companies as well, during this time, it's very hard to communicate and not being able to see physically. So it's really getting used to, certain things we have to change as well. Our sales, how sales has been done as well. Everything has to be done through, remotely, through digital channels. And we needed to sort of quickly craft out the new strategies, how we would sort of change how our organization does sales as well. So that was really a learning experience for us. Telling a salesperson not be able to go out and do sales anymore, or not face to face, is a bit uncomfortable if you're always very used to that. But I guess that was the shift that we're moving towards too. Yeah, we use tools like HubSpot, some CRM tools, cloud accounting, Slack, WhatsApp. So a combination of many tools that we started using. I would encourage different companies not to overwhelm with too many tools, because sometimes too many of these digital collaboration tools can be very confusing. A lot of people like, wow, which tool to use? So I think really, if I have to share, start off simple. Start using some basic tools first, and slowly see what tools that you use the most and can help you with. Yeah.
Okay, I think that is with all the tools that you actually been using. I believe I will actually call it the digital strategies or even the cloud solutions that you have been using to everyone able to coordinate with each other in terms of the operations and also the sales operations. So that we can easily get in touch with each other. So by putting in this scenario itself, I think why not looking back from the aspect of the for the 2 gears that you are being a product principles itself. What would be the bold digital action that most of the customer have been hesitate to pursue in the past, and now when come to this pandemic time, they have no choice but eventually will have to move on to these digital actions. What kind of digital actions your customers actually come across during this pandemic time? Ayush? Yeah.
Yes, so the CMCO is a preventive measure, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, restriction to have, to have reduced staff count at work, encouraging working from home or remote location to prevent the pandemic. While much uncertainty remains about how exactly mobility's inflection point will unfold, many of the critical solutions and their potential are becoming clear now. The CMCO norms have forced everyone across industries to adapt to the new normal of managing workforce, working from field, office, or home. Also, the varied device range, operating systems, device forms, and sizes makes management of mobile devices a difficult task. So, enterprise mobility is an approach to work in which employees can do their jobs from anywhere using a variety of devices and applications. Business mobility, is the growing trend of businesses to offer remote working options, allow the use of personal laptops and mobile devices for business purposes, also make use of cloud technology for data access. Also, enterprise mobility recognizes the need for greater agility brought on by a shift from the traditional central office business model. To shift towards enterprise mobility, or I can say sharpen your remote working capabilities. Also, to overcome the difficulties, there can be many strategies we can adapt to. Some of the strategies which organizations should implement can be, compliance and security policies that must be defined and implemented across the entire endpoints landscape using our SureMDM platform. Devices such as mobiles, tablets, laptops, desktops, wearable devices, rugged devices, kiosks, VRs, headsets should be enrolled using SureMDM. Connecting peripherals can also be brought under our platform. So we name OS and it can be managed via 42-gear solutions. Devices should be locked down into a single or a group of applications that are only required for work purposes. When we talk about applications, so obviously we will have updates and we will have to put new updates in the devices or endpoints. So application or OS updates, transfer of content, etc. should be done using SureMDM platform. Currently, if you see the situation, what if devices malfunctioning occurs and that need to be repaired remotely from a distant location, such as field or office, and it can be done through SureMDM. As IT admins won't have to travel, or when there's a limited logistic support, SureMDM from 42 years can help and overcome these type of challenges. Uh, Also, leveraging the reporting tools and analytics tools available in our platform helps to obtain a 360-degree view of the mobile device landscape or any type of endpoints which has to be managed remotely. So there's a term called Enterprise Mobility Management, EMM, which refers to planning behind this enterprise mobility transformation. It includes ensuring the security of remote and mobile devices, as well as providing employees the devices and support needed to enable mobility. To be successful, businesses need a acceptable use policy and a management plan in place to ensure high standards of security and governance. So along with managing device level access, EMM also helps IT admins to control access by application level, file, employee role or location and other factors. Enterprises can increase access to digital assets while still managing control over the company assets and the data, which I think is the backbone of any organization. So we have to secure the data. It's our first priority. So 42 gear solution can help, leveraging those kind of accessing business data and securely logging into some servers or remotely managing any device. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I believe in this pandemic crisis time, is the evolvement of everyone business portfolio. So whenever we actually move into the entire digital transformations, several aspects eventually is in the everyone considerations, which are including data security, which how experience a data breach when we all of us trying to remote working or data sharing. For example, in the data security, if we talk about IT company, of course, I don't see much concern because we all know how to work on it. But in many of the different SME itself or the different enterprise, they might have different practice in terms of the managing the data, because some of the data have been locally saved in the local storage, whereas some of them in the cloud, or even some of them in the not really in the full pieces. So in this part itself, how this data security been actually addressed by 42 Gears solutions?
Yes. So in terms of data security, we have many kinds of solution. Like we have a solution which is only for company-owned devices, which we enroll the devices in such a type of enrollment, and when we enroll the devices, all the storage gets encrypted and the data is secured. If anyone tries to copies or tries to read and write the data, which is obviously a company data, so all the data will be encrypted. There will be no read or write permissions. So this way we can prevent the data leakage for company owned assets. When we talk about personal devices, we can talk about BYOD concept, which is bring your own devices. So in BYOD, we can create a separate container in the personal devices of the employees, and all the work related data can be under that BYOD container. So whenever someone tries to copy data from the work container, everything will be encrypted again, and no one will be able to read or write any data from the BYOD devices. And moreover, as a personal employee, no company should be able to access the personal data also. So the control that we put in the mobile devices, or you can say laptops also, desktops also, we have it got for Windows also, we have for Linux also. So all the controls that we put for BYOD concept, it's only on the work device, work containers. There is no access to the personal data, and employees can use their device as and when required with together with the work data. So there's a huge security which prevents the leakage of data. Also, together with this data leakage, we also have remote capabilities, such as we can take the remote support. Suppose our app is crashing and we want to take the logs of that particular application so that our team can debug it. So we can take the remote of it and extract the logs from it, decrypt it at our end, and then just solve the problem and release the new build for the users. So these are few of the things that we can put in our work environment and control the data leakage.
Okay, so in terms of why not, I actually put a questions back to John. You have the entrepreneurship experience in the B2B platform, specializing in B2B platform for the past 10 years. You're actually offering a lot of channel management, vendor digital enablement, and even the B2B marketplace for Malaysia market itself. So let's say in this digital adoption time, we talk about usability. When our customers or even the partner right now, they often have a limited choice to access the product and service through your new digital offering. What kind of option will expand? Will help to expand the business partner or the customer to move beyond this crisis, and how well of your new offering will stand out from there?
Yep. All right. Thanks for the question, Jen. So a few parts to that question. So for Supplycut, we have built multiple solutions. which clearly you have stated. So one, we started creating a marketplace where both suppliers and companies looking to purchase things, can have access to. And after that, we evolved into a SaaS solution where now we work with companies in terms of digitalizing their procurement and digitalizing their process flows as well. And what that means is, everything that last time was being done manually, you're manually creating POs on Excel or Word documents. You were manually keying in, for an approval to be signed. So all this kind of stuff, that's the solution that Supplycut is able to digitalize all this process, right? And all these will be done, digital approvals and so forth. The other solutions that we have done as well was being able to, we call it vendor manage. And what that means is digitally onboarding suppliers, partners onto a single platform for then now the company to be able to transact commerce with each other and communicate via a single platform. So you don't have to do multiple channels, from, those days you were sending fax, you were calling, picking up the phone. So all different vendors were managed differently. So now you can manage the vendor on that single platform, right? So coming to how would partners or suppliers, have access to this channel? What can they do? I think at this time in age, and during this period for us was a very sort of peak period that we found that more and more suppliers, vendors, and even clients. I start with the suppliers. They were looking now more for more channels to be able to reach out to clients, and digital channel was something very new as well for some of the vendors. And how we came in was we were able to sort of journey and educate them to sort of, hey, we have a very ready place channel for you already. So if there's something you would like to push your company's products and services, when companies access our system to do eRFQs, to do e-sourcing, because we have built a sort of a procurement technology behind it where companies are looking for anything, they can now search in this whole big database that we have established. And I think that has given our partners, our suppliers and vendors, an avenue now to start digitalizing their products. Where, from previously, it was all maybe a PDF file, maybe, or even a price list that was physically printed. But now, you are now able to have this digital price list that can be shared with different potential existing clients or new clients. And how we function then now is we are also working with enabling the partners and suppliers to adopt technology in their business. So it's not just a new sales channel for them. How do we improve productivity and efficiency within the organization? And the tool that we have built, the platform that we have built named Adam, will sort of assist them in terms of receiving all these items, from orders to requests for quotations, to controlling the pricing, and all this is digitally on one single platform. So we believe that as more partners come on board, more suppliers as well, we are not only creating a new channel, but also working and journeying with these businesses to digitalize their back end as well. Now, from a client perspective, if you are a company, looking to, digitalize, what that means also is moving a lot of the current processes now to the digital space. And again, there's a whole time cost efficiency savings here, right? And this combination of using different tools from your laptops to your mobile devices to everything. It's a combination of using technology tools to be more efficient. And where Supplycut functions is we have built this core platform for businesses now to be able to, do their purchasing, do their sourcing and request for quotations, navigate through the company's orders, have a visibility of their business spend. I think at this time and age, it's so much more important than for businesses to look at their bottom line. Where can we save costs? Something that a lot of businesses are not looking into is there's so much inefficiencies by doing manual processes, by not looking at prices, whether our vendors are giving us fair prices or market prices. By doing so now, being on this platform with us, they are able to then, identify opportunity cost savings, improve efficiency. Now people can make their purchasing for their business at the comfort of their own home. We have clients that we have worked with before that, we're very server-based, not cloud-based. They were always doing everything from the office. But now through this period, we have seen a surge, and a lot of companies now are moving towards, hey, how can we, move to a cloud solution? How can Supplycut assist in digitalizing our manual processes? So we have seen a shift now that more and more companies are moving towards that. And I think we're really excited to sort of work with this community of businesses, SMEs, enterprises, connecting with the right suppliers and partners as well. And that's where we are heading, and that's our vision. And not only stopping at Malaysia, we are now currently in Singapore and Hong Kong as well. And what that means is then the accessibility now for new vendors as well could potentially reach to Singapore and Hong Kong. At the same time, our clients in Singapore and Hong Kong would have access to some of these Malaysian vendors as well.
Yeah. Okay. I think looking at this, basically is in a way to do the mobility transformation, which is across to the new normal or next normal change to the cost structure and operating models, which moving forward into the next phase. So as you actually providing a B2B marketplace and to all the B2B out there. So let's see from the supply chain transparency and flexibility aspect, how this can relate to the retailers whenever they're experiencing the stocks out during the crisis, and how do they manage the entire purchasing pattern change by using your platform itself.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, supply chain management is a very huge area. Procurement is part of the supply chain, and how we sort of how our platform will be able to work with such retail. I guess retail will be very much into yes, how do we get access to the vendors to be able to replenish quickly? How do we analyze our current usage or maybe our current consumption behavior in the outlets? And automatically be able to order from our preferred suppliers. So what the platform now allows retail outlets, and especially if you have many outlets in the company or many outlets to manage, the outlets now are able to easily reorder. We can integrate with their different systems first. So the first thing that can happen is integration with their POS system. And what that means is as soon as certain stocks are moving out of the store, then an auto order could happen. They could keep track of maybe what is it that is low in stock or what they need to order within that month. So our platform gives that visibility to not just the outlet but also the HQ, where HQ also can view in terms of how many different outlets are out there that need to be replenished. And then that's where they could then consolidate all these orders for these retail outlets and plan ahead with their vendors. One thing that we have provided value to our clients here is being able to monitor their suppliers and monitoring the suppliers in terms of our suppliers' performance, what their reliability is like. Our prices are competitive because we would like to negotiate contract pricing. And every time a retail store orders, automatically a contract price is triggered because then they will buy at the same price, no more fluctuating prices. So then, retailers now are able to improve their bottom line as well. So I think from a supply chain perspective, being able to have a single integrated platform, I think that's where Supplycut is providing to our retail clients and SMEs as well. Through this platform, then you have integration to your POS. You can integrate with your inventory systems, warehouse management systems. You can integrate with your front and back end as well. So I think that is where a retail outlet, so I don't want to make it sound very difficult to use. A lot of times you hear, integration, so many systems, very confusing or it's very difficult. I assure you that, the systems now that we have built is very user-friendly. Your store or the easy retail outlets all can, we work with some clients who have 50, 60 retail outlets across the country and regionally as well. And we have seen success in terms of them controlling, improving their costs. We have saved them significant time as well and cost efficiency in their business as well. So I think that is something that, how Supplycut brings value to our clients across from a supply chain, transparency and flexibility, because we're not so rigid. Some systems are very rigid that I already bought it over the shelf and I'm stuck with it. I can't upgrade, it's 20 years old and everything. I think that's the beauty of having a cloud solution where, we constantly sort of upgrade and improve these versions and our clients get to, enjoy that as well. So I think looking for such a solution it's key from a business sustainability perspective.
But at the same time, with the same topic itself, when we talk about mobility transformation, I would also, from the perspective of the remote workforce and automation, I would like possible that we can understand from 42 gears how the happen scenario right now is whenever everyone is in lockdowns, or even in some certain country, whenever we return to the office building after the lockdown, we actually would emphasize more on how the remote workforce should be performed, and also how the automation activities should be carried on in order to capture more values from all the business operations. So in terms of this perspective, how 42 Gears can actually brings more value to this perspective.
Yes, then thank you for the question. So I agree with the mobility transformation. Mobility, as we know, is about to change. A handful of trends will largely determine the benefits of it for business and society. So while a seamless experience is a key to keeping users engaged, security makes the digital workspace a reality for the enterprise. So the goal is to deploy a solution with capabilities that allow IT or any IT teams to effectively deliver, manage, and secure any application or any data on any device by integrating identity, application, and enterprise mobility management in one platform. So let me share you a few instances where we helped our customers or also partners to get through their mobility woes. I'll first talk about a leading e-commerce giant in India, which is also a part of Walmart Group. So talking more about the company, it has its warehouse across all major cities with more than 500 regional distribution centers. A major part of its warehouse operations involves receiving and shipping goods, moving inventory, and ensuring safe working conditions. To conduct the inventory, packaging, and shipping operations, the workforce relies on rugged devices running on Android and Windows OS to manage the business operations to stay competitive. Now let us see what challenges they were facing. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a grave impact on businesses across all industries. So businesses are prioritizing being competitive and reducing operational costs to minimize the losses. This caused the company to look for a solution that would allow them to efficiently manage their devices, equip them with remote capabilities, and also provide a clear picture of the device usage through analytics across its warehouses, fields, and offices. So they are using almost 12,000 plus, mix of rugged devices, mobiles, tablets, Windows, and Linux-based laptops. And let us understand how 42 Gears solution has made an impact and improved the efficiency levels significantly. So 42 Gears Unified Management Console SureMDM has helped the e-commerce company with asset management, remote device management, and also providing support through various channels. Let's discuss each of these individually. When we talk about asset management, the company would fetch a comprehensive list of reports and analytics are generated through the SureMDM web console, which provides a clear picture of how the assets are being used for operations. System administrators get the flexibility to create customized reports. Device and app usage report to provide them the information as for how much duration the apps were being used on the endpoints, in addition to giving the device health information as well. When we discuss about remote management of devices are being onboarded remotely with easy enrollment options supported by our solutions such as QR code enrollment or enrollment with unique 7 digits account ID. So we also have an app wrapping feature where we can even make it more easier for the field devices to come on our platform. So integrating the devices and endpoints and taking them to our console, it's very easy. You can do, we have 3 to 4 options available. Whatever users is able to do it, they can easily do the process and come to our platform. Also, applications and OS are being updated remotely without any user intervention. Faulty devices are being diagnosed and repaired remotely in case of emergencies. Also, if the devices are lost, we can put them in block list and then the IT team can take the necessary steps. They are provided with multi-channel support, which includes chat, email, and screen sharing. Now, if we talk about benefits, there are many. After deploying SureMDM, the e-commerce company has been able to transform its operations and is experiencing significant improvements. To list down some of them, I would say, firstly, the overall time required to deliver packages have been expedited. This in turn has resulted in a transformation related to the operations. The overall time required to enroll the devices have reduced because of 42 Gears, easy enrollment methods. Streamlining the device deployment process based on the usage report has resulted in further reduction of operational costs. So also usage of remote support features has resulted in the overall reduced cost of support and maintenance. Then generating device health reports periodically has improved the device uptime as well. Tracking the location of devices in real time has reduced the device ownership cost. So these are the overall improvements that they are experiencing by using 42 Gears unified platform. Let us talk about how.
Yeah. So how I understand that the product itself actually come with a lot of the automations a bit ready features which ready for the users. So in terms of the customers that you have served on, perhaps you can share with us what was the any customers example that have been adopting your solutions.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we understand that your solution actually come with a lot of features that help for the automations and easy enrollments. So we believe that you actually carry out a lot of efficiencies to everyone. So perhaps you can share with us one of the good use case which by utilize your solutions which actually help them in the digital adoption.
Yes. So I will talk about how we have participated in the transformation of journey in a few other industry verticals like transportation. I'll speak about a leading transportation and logistics services company, with 10 million shipments per month across more than 9,000 postal codes and delivery points. So to manage such a massive logistic networks, the company was required to equip its warehouse workers and delivery personnel with, Android handheld devices. It can be rugged or it can be a tablet. So the company was facing a major challenges such as difficulty in processing, delivery information, tracking the real-time status of the packages, locating the delivery personnel, even diagnosing device health and restricting the misuse of the devices. So this further became challenging, when the pandemic hit and businesses had to adapt to the new normal of, remotely working. Uh, so the fleet contained almost 6,000 plus endpoints, and we helped them in reporting and analytics feature, which SureMDM has it. It provided increased visibility into how assets were being used. The health reports allows the IT admins to easily maintain devices in optimal condition. Also, we had logged them in a single application in a kiosk environment, which has helped them to prevent device misuse. Managing remote workers has become easy. IT teams can enroll the mobile devices and troubleshoot technical issues remotely whenever required. In terms of tracking, with 42 Gears, the company was able to accurately track the delivery status of the shipments in real time, battery status of the devices, and you know, if there's any emergency, it can also alert the fleet in case in the sense of broadcasting messages or sending text alerts to all the handheld devices across the location wise, or you can say department wise. Even tracking the location of mobile devices in real time was very handy. So here also we applied the same strategy to provide support to the workforce through multiple channels such as chat, email, and screen sharing. So over 100% ROI due to efficient delivery, productivity tracking, no delivery missed due to device malfunction or downtime, which resulted in cost saving for the company.
I think
Yeah.
okay, yeah, yep. Yeah, I should you want add on.
Yeah, so even in healthcare, we have a pharma company which has enhanced its business productivity by providing the medical representatives with tablets to conduct business operations in the field. So medical representatives use these tablets to deliver product presentations to doctors and physicians, even hospitals also. Besides, the tablets also help in pushing new product information to their device directly. So to efficiently manage a large mobile workforce in the field remotely, the company needed a centralized solution that would allow them to monitor and manage all the devices in the field from one place. So pharma is one of the life essential sectors that had to function at its full ability, even during the COVID-19, to ensure life-saving and essential drugs are available across the country. So medical representatives were needed to guide new product updates, supplies, availabilities, and logistics on the go. So the kind of solution that we have given to them is, they are using our kiosk and our SureMDM platform, which help the pharma giant in managing the devices remotely, providing remote support to the devices, also pushing new product updates based on the availability, the how much stock is there and what stock has to move where. So all those details will be updated in their devices, and they can follow the same things. In terms of device management, remote capabilities of the mobile devices have been pushing the app updates and OS updates. With IT teams able to manage and secure the devices remotely, the field representatives could perform their task, more efficiently. Also, we were able to restrict the user's access to only business applications, which helped in saving mobile data, in turn not letting mobile devices for a non-intended purpose.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks Ayush for the sharing. Yeah. So just before we go to conclude the entire session itself, allow me to have one more questions addressed to John. Just to would like to know further, prior to the crisis, enterprise have been increasingly to do the digital adoptions, to quicken the organization to pick up in the digital transformations. Especially now in Malaysia itself, the government actually offering the SME digitalization grant to most of the SME. So perhaps you can you can share one of the example that actually your customers have been changed rapidly during this crisis times, and also whether that Supplycut actually offering a platform to the SME, they can subscribe under the digitalization grant.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Jen, for sharing that. So I think it was very exciting time for us when MDEC Malaysia. So we became a technology service provider. In the e-procurement space, in terms of where that the government realized that it's so important now for business to move towards digital transformation, and how to get SME started. I think where Supplycut came in was we started providing a digital platform then for them to list their products, be able to sell, be able to procure, and do a lot of stuff by the platform. And it became a very quick channel for them to get on board, which is why during the MSO period, we had a really sort of growth and surge for us, where a number of a lot of SMEs wanted to start digitalizing from their back-end processes all the way to the front. So I guess an example how we have helped, and even since it's about mobility as well, I'd like to share in terms of how mobility played an important role in it as well. So businesses being traditionally being manual in nature, they had to do a lot of, let's say, purchase requisition, PO creation, and stuff like that. And now traditionally, most of the time, SMEs will maybe doing it through Excel or Word, or even their accounting, which is stored on a computer. Now, what digital transformation meant and how mobility played a part in it was through the cloud solution that we implemented for our SME clients. They were able to use their devices, or even remotely submit purchase requisitions or create POs, and approvals then can be on the go. Predominantly last time, I have to approve, either come in and sign, or I have to switch on the computer and sign. But what our platform has allowed SMEs to be able to do is now all your requisition, PO, and approval can be done on the go. And the client had project sites on the ground. They had to go to many sites to sort of observe maybe what areas of stock or supplies or products and services that they needed. They could then use the devices to be able to sort of access our platform and make those orders with their vendors, or even communicate with the vendors, so that they could do requests for quotations. They could source for maybe some parts that they needed or even a service that they needed. And all these, right, once it's done and completed on the platform, as a supplier, you will receive a notification. Again, it can be through a device that you receive this notification that an order was successfully put. You can now start processing all these orders. So it's really, how that we see it in a different industry. So it's not just limited to retail or FMCG. We are tracking 68 industries. We are working with companies in all these industries, and our platform is able to start digitalizing different areas of the business that it requires. So I think the question was, we spoke to our clients in terms of where the greatest area of need, and what we found was a lot of them were looking for new business channels, and that's where the marketplace come in. They were looking at the back-end digitalization process. How do I make it more efficient? And that was where our digitalization of the processes from PR, generation of PO, all these came in. So analytics, people wanted to know, how can I save costs? And being able to have live analytics, that has allowed the company now to reduce cost significantly. We have assisted companies to reduce at least more than 10% improvement in their bottom line through the use of these digital tools as well. So I think that's what we have done during this period, and I think we continue to work with companies like Sindes and everybody to be able to sort of create this community of educating that digital transformation is not difficult, it's easy. The government as well is aligned that they want to help SMEs, like everybody here attending today, including me, where we're all SMEs as well. How do we adopt technology very easily and very affordable? It doesn't have to be expensive. So I think that's where the digital grant comes in. And Supplycut is on a journey to be able to work with companies to be able to get them started on using technology in their business.
Just to, on top of your explanation itself, we come across having a questions here. That is from one of the audience here, which speak about how your Supplycut platform can actually offer the more values to everyone, including by providing the business matching, as well as the possible is to offering for the intangible products to be part of your platform.
Yeah. So good question, Belle. So the platform, so two things can happen by using our platform. Firstly, of course, helping your business to be more efficient and adopting technology, being able to list your company products now and digitalize and catalog your items, your business products and services is possible. If very specific to, we have about 50,000 products and services listed on our platform right now. So how your business will be searchable, would be companies will be exposed if they are searching for different services, maybe related to what your company is offering. They'll be able to search for it. And what that will happen is you will receive the notification that this company is looking for something. You're able to respond as well through the system in terms of what quotation or what price, or even getting more details. So I think this is where the matching comes in, and I think what Supplycut does is we are sort of mediating that match between you and the enterprise or the other businesses looking for stuff. So I think we want to work with you and journey with you to sort of digitalize your products and services onto the platform first. How do we help you efficiently sort of manage it currently now? And how do we funnel new opportunities and business matching to your products and service? We have a lot of the data to share with you, when you come on board, whether this product has how many vendors, how often is this product being searched for. So I think that's where our platform value is. Yeah, hope that's answer your question, Belle.
Okay. Yes. So so I think it's almost an hour with every one of you here. So before we end the session today, I would like to give a big thank you to both our guests today, Mr. John and Ashush here. So thanks for all your sharings, and thanks for all the introductions about your platform and also your solution to our audience here. We would like to wish you the best, having all the best to our coming years. I think we are running to the end of 2020 by now.
Right.
Hope we have a better year for 2021 on the coming years. So thanks everyone for your time for today, and thank you for your sharing to every one of us. Oh, by the way, I just saw we have another questions here, particularly for Ayush. Hold on. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so thank you, Inzi, for the question. So, the differentiation between data security and blockchain. So we are a company, which provides data security based on the endpoints. Like, we want to secure the data of the enterprise or I can say any company, the data is very, it's very crucial for any company. So it should not be leaked first of all. So for that, we have many encryption methods that we put on the devices, and those devices, even if someone tries to take the data from it, the data will not be accessible. So in that case, we are able to protect the devices endpoints. It can be a laptop, it can be Linux, it can be VR headsets also. So we are able to secure all the data that's coming from any endpoint. It can be VR, it can be. So how we are doing it is we are putting a kiosk environment, or we are encrypting the entire storage of that endpoint. So this is how we are able to manage the data security. So blockchain is something that we are yet to go into it. So we are not doing blockchain, or we have not tried to do it till now. But yes, obviously we will. We are exploring many new technologies like IoTs, and we are the first MDM company. We have we have done SNMP integration, network protocol integration. So no other MDM company has ever done it. So in the pandemic only, we have started that flagship feature for SNMP, where we have a network protocol, and we can manage that network protocol from our platform. So these are things that we are working on, and we are also able to manage not so smart devices like smart bulbs, smart fans, and or you can say the devices which doesn't have any OS. It's called things management. So we are also tapping that thing, and trying to get out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I
Yes.
hope that answers the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think just to address one more our audience here, just want to thank you for Ayush and John for being part of us today. Okay. Thanks for all your times, and I would like to give you another round of thank you for other than both of you, and also your team have been working with us for all these preparations throughout the weeks itself. So that's all for today, and thank you everyone. Stay safe and stay strong. Yeah, stay healthy. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Bye. So just before we end, I would like to do a summary to every one of you. Basically, I think we have come to a time that is we come to the time that we should talk about the mobility transformations. You see, when the next generation of the enterprise mobility is expecting to deliver the business transformation opportunity to the enterprise and organizations for all the government agencies in all sides. What a clear picture of what kind of next phase of mobility we are going to come in full focus. I think the workforce mobilization objective has to be identified by most of the business leader and also the IT management itself. So Syntax itself is actually offering a lot of different enterprise mobility solutions, as well as together we also offering all these solutions under the digitalization grant actually being offered by our government, Malaysia government itself. If you come across that you think that you are interested to know more about how this solution will help you further in the mobility transformations, feel free to actually drop us a message or drop us as some of questions here. Our people actually will come back more to you and share with you how you actually would entitle to this grant. And how this will actually help you to further grow your business, especially during this pandemic or even the post-pandemic time. Thanks for everyone's time today, and thank you for all your sharing of the comments or even all your questions here. Thanks everyone. Thank you. Here we see let's see when we can actually catch up with everyone again in the next session with the new topic, but eventually with a new guest. Thanks everyone. Thank you.